Hello and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how we can load our deviation surveys and use those within Danomics. Let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is we need to create the database for this. In our previous exercises, we had not uploaded our deviation surveys. To get those surveys, we're going to go Help, Welcome, and we're going to click on the Geoscience tutorial link. And in this new tab that opens up, you will see that we have deviation surveys available here. So you can click on that and download it. Okay, once you've done that, we will come back to Danomics. We'll close this welcome project, and we will now upload this data. To do so, we can right-click on our folder and say Upload and Upload Points. The reason we are uploading deviation surveys as points is because it is tabular spreadsheet-like data. So any data such as deviation surveys, pressure surveys, temperature surveys, core data can all be loaded as points. So we are going to hit Choose File. We are going to choose those deviations, and we are going to click Open. And I'm going to name this Welcome Project Deviations, and then hit OK. And this file will upload, and now it'll be available to us here in just a second. Now, once we have loaded these, we still need to process the deviations to ensure that they are in the correct format for use inside of Danomics. And the reason we do this is because when you are uploading points, the software doesn't know what type of points they are, and therefore it doesn't enforce any strict column names. So you could have columns named anything. For example, you may have columns named inclination and azimuth, or it may be inc and ASI, depending on how you've loaded your data. So by processing the deviation surveys, it will ensure that we have all the required columns and that everything is in the correct set of units. So we will right click here, and we're going to do this with a new flow. So you could go File, New Flow, and we're going to call this Process Deviations, and we'll hit OK. And we're going to start off our new flow with a points input. And I will select, in this case, my welcome project deviations. I will then select deviations to XYZ. And here you'll notice it gives me two warnings. It says column inclination not found. And if I click in this box, I can see that my inclination column is named INC. And my azimuth column is AZI. So I will just select those here. And then I'm going to end with a points output. And I'm going to call this processed deviations. I will click the Run button, which is at the top of the screen to the right of the search box. And this will process those deviations. The processed deviations will have a few additional columns here. And I'm going to click on these processed deviations so you can see a preview. And we'll see that in addition to our API and measure depth, inclination, and azimuth, we also have our TVD, our DX, and our DY. And if I come here and I look at some of the other pages, I can see that we do have wells that aren't just vertical, but also have a full deviation survey associated with them. Okay, so we now have these deviation surveys. How are some of the ways that we can use them? Well, one quick example, building on what we've already done, is we can use these deviation surveys inside of our cross sections. So here I can select my process deviations. And once I've done this, I will now be able to display things in both a TVD view and a TVD sub-C view. Now, you may not notice much of a change in your well logs, and that's because most of these wells are truly vertical wells in this project. However, if I did have wells that had logs that were deviated, what we would see is that we would see that now everything would be in the correct TVD space, and then when we did any subsequent work, it would be ensured to also be in the correct TVD or TVD sub C space. Okay, that is it for this video. In future videos, we will show you several other places where we can use the deviation survey information as well. All right, thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.